What's up, humans, and welcome to a new Psicoactivo. Happy Thursday, everybody. Sorry for this right here. One of my paintings fell to the floor. I'm going to have to drill through the wall eventually. I think I'm doing that tomorrow. I have a few announcements to make. One is that Mr. Matthew Brown has a YouTube channel. It's called Invisible Frontiers, like a Substack. He's been releasing some really interesting Substacks about mythology combined with UAP, different topics. One of them is dragons, for example, with the first ever guest spot on his Substack from our friend Dennis. Shout out Dennis. And he's done a couple more. And now he's trying to continue on connecting with the people who are interested in the topic. And as an esoteric man himself, he decided to make a Halloween party tomorrow. It's a live stream that is going to be 6+ hours of live stream. It's going to be mostly gaming, and he has guests. And one of the guests is yours truly. So here's the announcement so you guys can check it out. On the Invisible Frontiers YouTube channel, Halloween Disclosure Party live stream, when on October 31st at 6:16 p.m. and it will end at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time, Eastern Standard Time. The schedule of events is going to be Warhammer painting plus a raffle. Esoterically incorrect. They're going to read the tarot. Fear, community deathmatch, let's play, Xenonauts 2, Horrible Horrors movie watch party, and surprises. I don't know this musician, Mehenet, Adult Karate. That's the music that is going to be featuring. And as special guests, Frater Eleftheria, Polarity Josh, both of them friends of the show, and myself. We're going to talk for a little bit. I don't really game that much, but we are going to converse for a few minutes. And I'm going to ask Matt a few questions. I hope you guys can join us. And Matt says we'll build our own disclosure party with blackjack and witches for Halloween. So that's one announcement. I can't wait for that tomorrow. But there is a couple of really interesting pieces of news for today that I have to report on you. And I decided to do a single video for both. If you have been following the channel, when I was away, I did a video about James Lacatski. And there's an interview that he did with Jeremy Corbell, George Knapp, and there was Colm Kelleher too, talking about their book, Initial Revelations, where they speak about reaching the inside of a craft. So here's the clip so you can check it out.
Is you're officially allowed to tell us that the United States government has in its possession a craft of unknown origin and you were able to access the inside. Is that correct?
The wording that you read is correct. You're going beyond the wording.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you, did that meeting happen? And is it true? And it's true.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you're telling us, you told us, because you were allowed to tell us, that our government has a UFO in its possession and has been able to access the inside of it, right?
Yes.
Well, that's what I know.
I was allowed to tell you. Let me show the back of the book. This is.
I know, but hold up, George. Will you translate, George?
All right, let's try another tack. How do we know it's a craft and not a doorstop? We accessed it. It has no engine. It has no wings. No fuel. It doesn't. We don't know that it travels. Do we know it's a craft or it's just a rock?
George, you're going into the further discussion that occurred that day.
All right.
We can't go there. But let me tell you, we're going to try to cover that in the future. But it's delicate. It makes the technology described in here look primitive.
Why is it delicate? Why is this topic that the United States government has a UFO in its possession and we've been reverse engineering it? You've admitted it. Why is it delicate?
The details. I'm old school. I won't use the term adversary, competitor as the way we describe. We are surrounded maybe not surrounded, but hopefully not so, by our enemies. And our enemies, you can be sure they're listening to this show right now. You can be sure that they were monitoring OSAP. You can be sure that perhaps they had employees, hopefully not in GIA, but in the contractor part, that were giving out information. I know that. So the thing is we can't say anything more than what we've been approved to say.
And those enemies that Dr. Jim Lacatski was referring to are not an adversarial country per se. It's the secret keepers, presumably. So why am I showing you this clip? Jeremy Corbell, a few days ago, retweeted a part of that interview where they talk about the craft. And he tweeted the following. He said, the U.S. has UFO reverse engineering programs. Y'all should catch up on this authorized admission by the head of the largest acknowledged government UFO study in American history, Dr. James Lacatski. This UFO program was run through the Defense Intelligence Agency. More next week. Wink, wink. And I tweeted, I was like, Jim Lacatski interview inbound. And it was confirmed. There is a Jim Lacatski interview coming. But it's not just one, it's two. So here is George Knapp for you. He says, Dr. Jim Lacatski managed the largest acknowledged UFO investigation ever funded by the U.S. government. He gave me his first interview in 2 years. Excerpts will air Friday, October 31st at 6 p.m. on KLASTV and will later be posted on 8 News Now's website on YouTube. A longer interview with JL is coming next week, which means on Weaponized. So George is going to show a few excerpts of that interview on his networks that he works for, and then they're going to show the entire thing next week. So technically, it's 2 interviews. That's big news. I don't know what you guys expect from James Lacatski. I don't know if you guys think that he's going to be hostile. What do you think he's going to talk about? Let me know in the comments. I'll be reading. And the other breaking news is from another journalist who is always on the beat. And he just received some documents that are shocking to me. As I tell you, this is a very significant piece of news. This comes from Ross Coulthart, who writes, I've obtained an FBI document announcing a project to respond to the national security threat posed by unmanned systems, UXS. It specifically refers to unidentified anomalous phenomena as a type of UXS. This is very significant because it means the FBI is now clearly delineating officially between so-called drones and UAPs. It requests all DoD facilities and critical infrastructure sites to report all UXS incursions to the FBI. It acknowledges these incursions may be intended to disrupt operations or gauge U.S. response capabilities and policies. It specifically notes this is a threat to DoD installations, personnel, and tech. A second 49-page document, UAS Response Playbook, announces every FBI field office will now have a dedicated counter-UAS coordinator. Both documents downloadable here, and I'm going to leave those in the description as well. But look at this. UXS defined highly automated, autonomous, and uncrewed systems and robotic vehicles designed to fly, move along the ground, or navigate on the surface or subsurface of waters, such as unmanned aircraft systems, UAS, small unmanned aircraft systems, SUAS, unmanned aerial vehicles, UAV, unmanned underwater vehicles, UUV, remotely piloted vehicles, RPV, unidentified anomalous phenomena, officially recognized by the FBI, UAP, and quote-unquote drones. So why am I telling you this and why this piece of news is significant? Because just yesterday, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand from SSCI said this.
My job as a senator is to get to the bottom and to know facts.
U.S. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand speaking with NBC News last November as Congress heard from former pilots, experts, and people who claim to be government whistleblowers to learn more about the government's investigation of UFOs, now called UAPs, unidentified anomalous phenomena. Working with Republicans, she set up a Pentagon unit called ARROW for All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office to fully investigate such sightings and testimony regarding the possibility of alien spacecraft or even now underwater vehicles. The senator said last week that about half the sightings can be explained as weather balloons or other aircraft.
So that means there's 50% that's still unidentified. That's a highly concerning number. I think we have to continue to investigate all sightings. So we just know what are these UAPs? Are they drones? Are they adversaries? Or is it other? But we need to know.
And then on previous claims of a government cover-up about UFOs or UAPs.
There was something going on at the DOD at some point. There was some reporting on this where they did have people sign non-disclosures agreements saying that they're working on alien programs, saying they're working on programs of alien materials. And so you have hundreds of people who signed these non-disclosure forms. And the non-disclosure form said things like, if you reveal that you're signing this, you are a penalty of perjury or death.
If the government did come out and say, yes, we have alien technology, we've seen it, we've seen these UFOs. I think you indicated some have actually been shot down too. What the concern that would cause panic in the public?
If it is in fact otherworldly, that's very interesting. And I don't think it creates panic. I think at the end of the day, we need to know, are we safe? Like, what's going on in the world? Are our pilots safe? What are they seeing when they're flying? Why do they keep running into drones? Like, these are really important questions.
It's important to note why this is a big deal, because the legislation may not have passed from either the Senate or Congress, although Representative Burleson recently said that he's going to propose a single bill. Hopefully it passes or it reaches the floor at least. But something that did pass from the Senate is that they are going to start shooting at these drones. And in the second slide here from the FBI reporting guidelines below, you can see UAP. So this is now being passed around in the FBI and being acknowledged. Unidentified anomalous phenomena is acknowledged by the FBI. And I just see them that they're getting like really involved recently. They're talking to people. I saw that they spoke to Mr. Robert Hastings from the UFOs and Nukes book. I saw Jay Stratton saying that he was working together with the FBI, and they seem to be taking this way more seriously than ARROW was. So I don't know if this is going to make any type of difference, but I found it interesting that George Knapp and Ross Coulthart dropped really big news in UFO world today, both of them. So I just wanted to report on it for you guys. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. What do you think about the FBI now recognizing UAP officially in their ranks? And what do you think about the upcoming James Lacatski interview? What do you think is going to be discussed there? Let me know in the comments. If you like the content you see, I'm going to ask you to like, share, comment, subscribe, hype, and hit the bell icon. That's all you need to do in order to help us. It is what helps us the most. So thank you. But if you want to support us in other ways, there's a few links down there you can choose from. You can become a member in YouTube, or you can support us through KGRA. Anything you choose to do is always appreciated. So thank you. That's it for me today on this video, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, stay curious and inquisitive like Ross Coulthart and George Knapp. Always. Bye.
Psicoactivo.